When Hurricane Florence struck in September 2018, no one would have predicted the record-breaking 36 inches of rainfall Elizabethtown would experience in less than 2 days. Unfortunately, the Elizabethtown City Cemetery was one of the many casualties of the storm, and it suffered damage when the hurricane's heavy rainfall saturated the ground, causing it to sink and shift as much as 2 feet in some areas. The town has been working diligently with its engineering consultant to create a solution to fix the cemetery and protect it from future damage. After a careful analysis and testing, including geotechnical samples of the soil, a remediation plan was developed that addresses the affected areas of the cemetery. The good news is that the remediation plan will restore the cemetery and not require the movement or exhumation of any grave sites. Part of the analysis was to conduct a survey of the graveyard using ground-penetrating radar so that the team could see exactly where the graves were in relation to the headstones. This information will also be important once construction is complete, so that any headstones relocated temporarily during construction can be replaced according to its corresponding grave. What is the plan to restore the cemetery? The first step involves the construction of a 50-foot deep sheet pile wall. It will be built towards the bottom of the hill to prevent future movement of the soil. A construction entrance and staging area will be built on the east side of the cemetery, and erosion stabilization measures will be constructed along the project perimeter. A haul route for the crane that will install the steel pile wall will be temporarily built on the north side of the cemetery. The sheet pile wall will be built in 3 sections, with Section A being built first, then Section B, and finally Section C. Ultimately, this process will create an underground wall to prevent further shifting. "50-foot steel rods called auger tiebacks will be installed at a 30-degree angle. These will connect to the wall and act as a tension point for additional structural support. Once construction is complete, neither the sheet pile sections nor the tiebacks will be visible from East Queen Street. Next, a perforated under-drain system will be installed at key locations to permanently lower groundwater elevations. This system will help improve local storm runoff collection and conveyance systems throughout the cemetery. Part of this system includes subsurface drainage installed at 10 feet deep, which will permanently lower groundwater. Finally, to restore the cemetery from a visual standpoint, fill will be added back to the areas that have been settled. All the headstones will be re-leveled and new sod will be installed. Additionally, East Queen Street will be repaved and new curb and gutter installed. After the project has been fully completed, the cemetery will look virtually identical to what it looked like prior to the damage that occurred after the hurricane. The Elizabethtown City Cemetery is an important part of our community and history, and we are very much looking forward to seeing it restored and safely protected from further damage.